Hey honey bunches, welcome back to another video. This one's all about meal prepping and quite realistic meal prepping as the title suggests. So I don't do meal prepping every week, I only do it on weekends or on days, afternoons spare during the week when I have the time or I'm feeling inclined. Yeah, I definitely don't do the whole, you know, those anal sort of thumbnails you see all over the place on YouTube, especially of like every meal exactly the same, at least from Monday to Friday, set out in a plastic container. That ain't me. This one is definitely more just like getting ahead in the meal department and having a few things for like lunches on the go, but mainly snacks on the go, and these are mainly actually sweet things. Also, like if you want something with a cup of tea or after dinner that's like a nice raw chocolate is why I made this round. Yes, the emphasis is on realistic, quite relaxed and just helpful things to have on hand throughout the week. Yes, I will link all the recipes and everything down below. They all are mine, and yeah. So I'll now hand over to voiceover Phoebe to tell you a bit more about what I did. Bye! Hey honey bunches, thanks real life Phoebe, although having edited this there really isn't that much to say, but this is a spread of things that I made, and yeah. So as you know, I tend to make my banana bread quite a lot. It's kind of like baked oatmeal but in bread form. Yeah, it's got pretty fab ingredients, gluten-free, oil-free, refined, sugar-free, apart from the chocolate. But you could obviously switch that out, and yes, it works very well toasted as breakfast, as a snack. So when I have 3 ripe bananas, this is my go-to. It's my go-to over freezing those bananas or having them in a smoothie really, because this goes further. Yeah, look at it, fab, mainly oats, but it tastes like bread, consistency, like banana bread, yes, oh, quality. Then I decided to make a quinoa salad. I'm kind of into these because they kind of go well with another half of leftovers or whatever for lunch on the go. It was kind of like the Deliciously Ella one that I have on my blog, but didn't really have the radishes or a lot of the ingredients, so I put beetroot in it and cucumber and red onion instead of radishes and spring onions, and mint is just the way to elevate it, everyone, along with a dressing of like maple syrup, olive oil, minced garlic, salt and pepper. Hey hearts. So then I wanted to make some homemade chocolate. I'd been wanting to make my crunchy chocolate slab recipe for a while. It has like just buckwheat groat sort of sprinkled throughout it, and it's really crunchy and really nice and great to have in the freezer, and just something nice to have a little piece of, or a large piece of, hello, as a study little pick-me-up or after dinner, whenever. So then I made some choc-orange bliss balls. I'm really into the choc-orange combo, and this is pretty much the exact recipe of the slightly fizzy ones that I have a recipe for on my blog, which you sort of roll them in baobab powder, but I just kind of put the baobab powder in them because I can't be bothered rolling the balls in it afterwards. One rolling sort of element to it is enough, but yeah, you don't have to have the baobab, just the chocolate and orange and dates and cacao and some nuts, and it's pretty heavenly. So this isn't really part of the meal prep, but I did make lentil sausage rolls and sort of like a double batch, not a double batch, but a batch and a half, a bigger batch, that evening. So I decided to show it in this video because they always last us for longer than one meal, and they're great for lunches and on the go, and they're even great cold, just better the next day, and just a fab recipe. And then the next day, to finish off my meal prepping little adventures, I made a double batch of these parsley and carrot savoury muffins, which you can always put the rest in the freezer. They're sort of like scones, but kind of not. They have like polenta in them and are slightly corny, and just fab with soup or as a snack whenever. So that's my meal prep, honey bunches. Thank you for watching, honey bunches. In the comments, do let me know what sort of vegan things you like to meal prep. I think it's always great to keep different ideas popping, because I often forget and think, dang it, haven't made that for a while. Need to add it to my list of things to make on a Sunday when I have the time. I will see you in the next video. Thank you for joining me for this one. If you so desire and you have Instagram, that's where I generally am between the 2 videos I post on this channel. And yeah, I will see you soon in the next one. Thanks for watching, honey bunches. Bye.